Basically, obviously, you're associated with TLC.
Yes.
Can you tell us what's happened with TLC? It's been a little while since we've heard from them.
Yeah, with TLC, we just started working on our 4th LP. It's very much in the beginning stages. We're working with Dallas Austin right now. And, I'll be kind of juggling both responsibilities between TLC and my solo career for the next year until TLC releases their next album.
Okay, so you've got a busy year ahead then.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty busy.
But TLC are very much still together.
Yeah.
So why is it you decided now to release a solo album?
Actually, I decided to I decided that I wanted to release a solo album since the birth of TLC. It's always been something that I wanted to do. I made an attempt at doing it before Fan Mail, but, the girls and I, along with the record company, we didn't want the two projects to conflict with each other. So we released Fan Mail. We waited till after that for me to concentrate on the solo project, which is now.
Okay, so for instance, the songs on the album, on your solo album, how long ago did you write them? How long ago was the earliest one?
I wrote the songs on my album starting in October of 2000. Okay. So it's a little less than a year ago, and we finished in April. It was about a 6-month process.
Okay. Also, you had a very distinctive image for TLC. Is that going to change with the promotion for the new album, or are you Yeah?
Yeah, I do think that my image is going to slightly change. Somehow I've been trying to separate myself as a solo artist from Left Eye and TLC. So I'm making a transition into Lisa Left Eye Lopes, a.k.a. Supernova.
Okay, so what can we expect image-wise, music-wise from your new album?
Well, you could definitely expect a very eclectic Lisa Lopes. The music on the album, the feel of the album is eclectic. There's a variety of music on the album, variety of subject matter. It starts very light, it gets very fun, and then it transitions into a very heavy record. So it goes in stages, sort of like an embryo.
Okay, and Block Party is the first single, is that right? Out on the 15th of October over here?
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about that song?
Yes, Black Party is a very fun song. It's for the young at heart. It's about reminiscing about when you were a child and you didn't care about anything but going outside to play with your friends or whatever you cared about, but it definitely wasn't the struggles of the world. So in the song, we end up at a block party, and the only thing that we're concerned about is dancing all night long.
Fair enough, I remember those days. Can you tell us a little bit about your musical background and kind of what you first got into, what you grew up listening to? I know your father was a multi-talented musician.
Yes, my father was in the Army band, but he played at least 10 instruments, and he was very good at them. So as a baby growing up, as far back as I can remember, I was around music.
Do you play any instruments yourself?
Yes, I play the clarinet as well as the piano.
Okay, and who were your musical influences, other than your father, of course?
Other than my father, when I was a teenager, Janet Jackson was a big influence on me. I rented her videos, and I copied her dance steps. And whenever I went to audition, I used her dance steps in the audition.
Okay.
I had the one key in my ear, the key that she used to wear, the black baseball cap. This is when Rhythm Nation came out. I was a huge Janet Jackson fan. I even felt like I looked like her.
Fair enough. And also, you're a very well-travelled person because your father was in the Army as well.
Yes,
is that right?
Very much so. Which is probably one of the reasons why I'm not so nervous about, going off on my own, because as a child, I traveled so much. I was exposed to a lot. And so when I left Philadelphia to go to Atlanta, I was only 19. I was all by myself, and I wasn't afraid, to get up and go.
Fair enough. Actually, that's another thing. You stayed with the same label for your solo album. Is that because it's just because it's safe or it's convenient, or you've enjoyed what's happened with TLC on that label?
Well, I did stay with the same family. TLC was originally signed to LaFace Records, recently, L.A. Reid sold LaFace Records to Arista. So now I am signed to Arista as a solo artist. And I'm not sure, if I had it my way, I think that I would have tried to start a new relationship with a different company. But unfortunately, well, I don't know if it's unfortunate or not, but it just didn't turn out that way because, you know, my contractual commitment was with Arista, not only as a group, you know, as the group TLC, but as a solo artist as well.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Okay, so with TLC it must have been quite difficult. Obviously there were three of you and it was very hard to make the songs personal and specific to you. On this album, have you managed to do that a lot more? Do you have any particular favourites or particular
Yeah, album's very personal. Usually, I mean, my favorite song on the album is definitely "Let Me Live," and you know, I love the track. Salam Remy produced the track, and he's got the knack of just taking a variety of sounds that you don't think go together, or you don't think are going to sound right together, and somehow he makes those things gel. So I love his production. But I love the lyrical content and the message behind it. You know, it just promotes living. And we all want to live a long, healthy, happy life. So, you know, I always tell people, if you want to do that, you got to eat right. You got to sweat a little bit every day. You have to laugh, and you have to listen to Let Me Live.
Okay. I will soon, but I can get hold of the album. And a lot of the songs based on life experiences on the album, and if so, how did you choose which ones were going to go on there? Was it not kind of tempting to kind of bring out a double album with all the songs and, you know, all the facets of your life included on it?
Yeah, we recorded 25 songs.
Ouch.
And we did a variety of, we tried not to repeat a subject. So at the end of the day, you know, I was very adamant about putting only the songs that I felt had a very positive message on the album. You know, a lot of times, my A&R guy would give me an idea, and even if I didn't feel like, oh, I don't want to sing about this or I don't want to rap about this, I respected his creative opinion, and we completed the song, and some of those songs actually came out very good, and some of them I decided at the end of the day, no, we can't put this on the album. You know, this is really just doesn't represent, you know, who I am or what I want to say or how I want to voice my opinion.
Fair enough. Okay, can you tell us a little bit about the significance of the title and the date of the US launch?
Yes. Supernova, well, it just happens to be a rare star, and it's a star that increases in brightness up to 1 billion times its normal shine. Originally, I called the album A New Star Is Born. That was going to be the title of the album, the title track, because it was about my father. And my father, it's a letter that I had written to my father. You know, he passed on January 31st, and his father was born on January 31st. But on the flip side, my father was born on August 16th, and his father died on August 16th.
Oh, really? Oh.
So the two of them came in and out of each other's dates, and they were both 40 when they passed. So I just kind of went through this big spiritual thing while I was recording the album, and I definitely wanted to call it A New Star Is Born, but someone mentioned the name Supernova just in a passing conversation, and I loved the word, and I looked it up in the dictionary, and I thought it was just appropriate, being that it was a rare star. You know, so the reason why I wanted to release the album on the 16th was because of the significance of the release date, you know, as it pertained to my father and my grandfather. But the reason why I called the album Supernova is because I definitely viewed myself as a new star, you know, outside of TLC, but a rare star, being that my music is a little different. It's, you know, can't really put it in, I don't know what to call it, other than eclectic. And I definitely feel that it's very important for me to reach as many people as I can through my music and give them a pretty uplifting message and a positive outlook on things. So that's that light that I, you know, hope shines through the music so that everyone else can feel the radiance and get something out of it.
Brilliant. Who's your music aimed at? Is it aimed at a different audience from TLC or those fans and a kind of wider group as well?
Well, it's aimed towards everyone because there's something on the album definitely for everyone. You know, there's children on 2 of the tracks, and they feel very, you know, for the young at heart. But then there's a couple of songs that are very deep. You know, there's songs that question our existence in the universe. So it's a pretty wide range of topics, and like I said, there's a variety of music. So, you know, young, old, it doesn't matter what color you are, it doesn't matter where you live at. You know, I feel very confident that if you go and listen to the album with an open mind and you don't have any reservations about who you think Left Eye is or who you think Left Eye should be or who Left Eye was in TLC, if you can just have an open mind, then I think that you will find a great appreciation for the work that, you know, we did putting it together, because it was truly a labor of love.
Okay, and also you have several collaborations on the album, or featured artists, including your partner Andre.
Yes.
Can you tell me how that track came about? Whose idea was that? Did he want to get involved? Does he sing?
Yes. Well, I know Andre as not only a football player, but as a musician. He's been doing music for as long as I've known him, and I've known him for about 9 years. And he's very good at it. It's been more or less a hobby for him since, you know, he's been so busy playing football. But I have always wanted to help him with his music career, you know, and it's always something that he wanted to take serious one day. So I called him when we were recording the project and let him know that I definitely did want him to participate on the album and produce some stuff for me. So he came to Atlanta. We listened to some tracks that he had produced, and I picked Rags to Riches.
Okay, I look forward to hearing it. You're also quoted as saying life is to live, to believe, to love, to receive. Which of those are you best at?
You said which am I better at?
Yeah.
Probably, well, let's see. I don't know if I can pick one over the other. Because I definitely believe that our life is defined by what we believe in. And I definitely have plenty of love in my heart. So, if you just made me choose between the two, I would have to go with to live is to believe.
Okay, fair enough. Also, you say you always get labelled as a crazy one, but there's a lot of things about you that people don't know. Tell us one of the things that people don't know. Yet.
People don't know that I'm quiet.
Okay, really?
I do definitely love to sit down. I love to people watch. I love to life watch. I like to observe. I don't listen to the radio. I don't watch television because I can't hear when those things are constantly on. And there's few programs that are on that interest me, but for the most part of it, I don't know. It's not interesting at all to me. So, that's probably something that people would find a little interesting about me, being that they probably perceive me as the loud, outspoken member, the crazy girl. So.
Okay. Also, I know I've got to wind this up, and I can imagine Gary's in the background going, get her off the line. Basically, you're a well-travelled person. Which is the place that sticks in your mind most? Which place took your breath away?
It would definitely be the bush.
Really?
That's in Honduras.
Okay.
That's my getaway. There's a holistic healing village in Honduras that I always visit. And they have these thermal baths there. The water comes out of the ground. It's very rich in sulfur, and it has a high pH balance. So there's a lot of people who are terminally ill who visit this place as well. And a high pH balance helps kill bacteria in the body. So it's, everyone should just, at some point in their lives, and they should do it on a pretty regular basis, cleanse or get away or breathe. Just, find some place to do that, just to kind of let everything go. So that's where I go to do that. Plus, they're on a very strict diet out there. They don't eat meat. I don't eat meat. We don't eat dairy products. We don't eat sugar. We don't drink sodas. And those things are very detrimental to your health. And so Honduras is really the place for me. It's a tropical environment. and the mountains are 50 feet behind the property. There's a forest, a beautiful tropical forest with a creek that's running through it. So a lot of times I'll rock skip up the creek, through the forest, into the mountain, and I'll take off my clothes and I'll skinny dip in the swimming holes because there's literally no one around. So it's beautiful. It's like straight out of a movie.
Sounds like paradise. Couple more questions. What's the highlight of your career today?
The highlight of my career is it's the fact that TLC has been so successful, and because of that, I feel like I have a voice and that I can share what I've learned from my experiences with people, because outside of the amount of records that we've sold or the amount of money that we have made, I feel like there would really be no purpose in what I was doing if I couldn't share something positive with people. So that's truly the highlight, that I get the opportunity to do that, because that's really what I live for. If I couldn't share what I learned, I would just be a very miserable person.
Oh, fantastic. And what's in the future? Are we going to see you back in Europe touring, or? Definitely see me back here. I am scheduling tours now, so I definitely am going to tour in Europe, Asia, every place. TLC hasn't had an opportunity to tour over here. We haven't been very successful in the arena of tours, and primarily because, we got to watch out for Tion's health. And, every time we've done a tour in the States, she will go into a crisis, and she'll spend a few weeks in the hospital behind that. Is this because she's got sickle cell?
It is.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to that anyway. And just quickly, can you remind us when the single and album are out over here?
The single's going to be out, I believe, it's coming out on different dates in different territories. It's either October 7th or October 15th, but the album is definitely coming out on October 22nd.